Real Virginia is proudly produced by the Virginia Farm Bureau Federation. Since 1928, Farm Bureau has been working to preserve Virginia farms and our rural heritage. Visit our website at vafarmbureau.org.
Home will always be Virginia, between the Blue Ridge and Chesapeake Bay, Atlantic to Appalachia, home in my heart always.
Hello everyone and welcome to Real Virginia, a show about Virginia agriculture and the people who produce all of the wonderful products we enjoy. Buying fresh and local is as easy as a point and click on the internet. We'll explain. We go in the garden to learn more about hydrangeas, and boxwoods are becoming very popular in Virginia, and we're lucky enough to have a national boxwood research pioneer right here in the Commonwealth. Welcome back, everyone. We're here at a drop-off location for Relay Foods right here behind me, and let's face it, sometimes going to the grocery store can be quite a fight. We're all looking for some form of convenience. But did you know that finding fresh and local produce could be as easy as going to your closest computer? Everything we do today is on a fast-paced schedule, including the time we give ourselves to shop for groceries. That's one reason the latest trend in fresh and local foods is online instead of in a store. Online shoppers like the convenience of avoiding parking lots, crowded aisles, and long checkout lines by simply logging into their account and filling their carts.
It's growing incredibly fast. We're about 20 years into this as a concept. There were a few failures at the beginning, but now it seems like people are ready to try shopping for groceries online. But Relay Foods is a little bit different because we don't have a subscription, because we use pickup locations as well as delivery, and because our focus tends to be on local. We're a little bit different from just a normal grocery store that's moved online because we're a grocery store, but we also focus on local farms, local producers.
The food and beverage business is a $600 billion industry. Online shopping is only a small part, but it's growing fast. According to the marketing experts with Package Facts, online grocery sales will top $23 billion this year and will quadruple to nearly $100 billion by 2019. Time-starved shoppers are turning to online shopping for both in-store pickups and to pre-order items for same-day delivery. The convenience of shopping in your PJs for fresh, locally sourced foods has helped Relay Foods grow by leaps and bounds. The company began in Charlottesville just 7 years ago and also serves consumers in Richmond, Fredericksburg, Lynchburg, Harrisonburg, Stafford, Stanton, and Williamsburg, as well as Washington, D.C., Maryland, and North Carolina.
People are busy, and this is an easy way to take some time out of your week that you would normally spend running to the store after work. You can shop at home, you can shop while you're on your phone at the DMV, and it's about an hour out of your week that you can just swing by a truck, pick up groceries. You know that the quality is going to be good.
And the trend is getting attention. Many national companies have jumped on the cyber grocery bandwagon, including Amazon, Walmart, and Google. While these companies are primarily delivering non-perishable items, Relay Foods stays focused on buying and delivering as fresh and local as possible. About a third of the Virginia company's 8,000 products are from local suppliers.
We try really hard to feature our farmers and our producers on our website so that you can actually learn about them, you can see where they work, where they're based out of. And you can even meet some of our vendors. We try to take them with us when we go to big events.
There are other advantages to shopping online from the comfort of your couch, like savings. Besides saving you time, online shopping can help a shopper from making those impulse buys. And Relay Foods continues to streamline the online shopping experience for their customers.
We just launched a new feature called Meal Planning, which is a start-to-finish meal planning feature on our website, and it's fully integrated into our existing Relay Foods website. So it's basically like taking a grocery store, but rather than shopping by aisles, you're shopping by meals. So you can actually browse through recipes by cuisine, by diet, by ease, and basically find recipes that you like, add them to your cart with one click. All the ingredients will go to your cart, and basically you can plan out your whole week in meals. everything from spices, olive oil, all of that to the main ingredients.
In Virginia, Relay Foods delivers Monday through Friday at scheduled pickup locations. To learn more about them, visit relayfoods.com.
The past decade has seen an explosion in the local foods movement, and Virginia has been ground zero for many of these new producers. With consumers clamoring for fresh, locally produced, and often organic meats and produce, many smaller farmers have gone from selling from the back of a pickup truck to much larger operations. Virginia counted 249 farmers markets last year, and more of them are staying open year-round. The latest trend in local foods is building collection and shipping networks to make it easier for local foods to enter the mainstream food supply chain. The future is bright for local foods and the Virginia farmers who raise them.
I'm Mark Viette. Coming up on In the Garden, we're going to talk about the group of plants that we get the most questions about. Hydrangea. Stay with us.
We are at the top of the Shenandoah Valley in Winchester, Virginia. My grandparents started the farm in 1906. My dad started the dairy in 1948. I came back to the farm in 1977 to help my dad and my mom to run the farm, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. Shannon is my youngest daughter. Jackie is my oldest daughter. They have such wonderful work ethics. Shannon is my right-hand person here. She helps with the milking. If I need something, at the drop of a hat, she's here. It's so wonderful to have daughters that have that sense of responsibility, sense of country, sense of love for the farm, and I know they will always be here to carry it on. I'm Kitty Huckman-Nicholas, and I'm dedicated to dairy, my cows, my milk, and my land.
Hydrangeas will start blooming all across Virginia, and we have some great growing tips for you from Mark Viette in the garden.
There are two basic types of hydrangeas. One includes all the group of the early spring, mid-spring, maybe early summer. That's when those types bloom. But another type blooms in the midsummer. They tend to be pure white, maybe some pure white with a tinge of white. One of the common, or now somewhat common, great hydrangeas you can grow is limelight. It is sort of a yellowish white. Beautiful, easy to grow. Summer blooming hydrangeas produce buds on new wood, so this plant you can prune in the spring. So spring blooming hydrangeas produce buds last July or last August, so it's very different how you prune those, but this one's easy. So you just come in, you can let this plant grow if you'd like to 10 to 12 feet tall, or you can come in and prune it at 36 inches tall. One thing I'm going to notice, or let you notice, is look at all the blooms that are left over from last year. It really shows this plant bloomed very well. And we pruned a lot of these to use in our holiday decorations. But just come in. This can be done late winter, mid-winter, or early spring. And the height you cut it to is a height that'll grow a few inches above and produce new flowers. It's that easy with hydrangea limelight. One of my top 5 favorite shrubs for the garden is a hydrangea. It is the summer blooming pure white hydrangea that produces these giant heads that you see here. Just remember one word, Annabelle. The name of this type is Hydrangea Annabelle. It's foolproof. It does like full sun. We started out planting about 5 plants maybe 30 or 40 years ago, and as you see here, it's completely filled in. This blooms in July, even a little bit into August. It opens up with olive green buds and turns pure white. The ideal time to prune this plant is going to be late winter or early spring. You know, we're going to prune it right now while the daffodils are blooming. And it is easy to prune. You just have your handy shears, and this is a plant you're going to cut back extremely hard. So what you're going to do is come on with your shears, and you're going to cut it to one bud from the ground. So really, if you're looking at this, I am leaving 2 inches, and then I'm leaving these 2 buds that are right here. So this will all be cut right to the ground. So you're going to come in and cut this down, and when I mean almost to the ground, it's almost to the ground. You're going to cut this to one bud. And if you look real closely here, you're going to see one bud right there, big fat bud. That's going to produce the new stem and flowers. So just come in. And when you're done, it's going to look like this with all these big, fat, giant buds ready to break into new growth. It'll produce new growth about as long as you see here from now until July, and then it'll begin blooming. Again, remember, purple thumb plant, super hardy, and the variety of this hydrangea is Annabelle. I'm Mark Viette. Join me next time in the garden.
For more garden tips, go to inthegardenradio.com.
Beef, it's what's for dinner, and we've got a delicious recipe for brisket. Stay with us.
Our vacation in a Virginia state park was a wonderful idea. The lodge is beautiful and it has so much room. The park staff are super helpful, and the kids are having such a great time. We're learning all about Virginia's history, and Mark and I even have time for just the two of us. This has been a wonderful experience, and we've never felt so close as a family. We'd love for you to join us. Love, Virginia.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Summertime picnics often feature beef, the third most valuable agricultural product in Virginia, generating $708 million in cash receipts for farmers. The typical cattleman in the Old Dominion raises calves on grass pasture until they're a year old, then sells them to an out-of-state feedlot. There, they're fed a richer diet of grain until they're ready to be processed into a wide variety of meat cuts, from high-quality filet mignon to hamburger. There's also a growing local beef movement, where farmers sell beef cuts directly to consumers at farmers markets. Any way you trim it, beef is a tasty and vital part of Virginia's farm economy.
Hi, this is Caressa Jackson, and welcome to Heart of the Home. Today we'll be cooking from the kitchen at Meadow Hall at the Meadow Event Park. Today we're going to be making a brown sugar beef brisket. Beef is an important commodity in the state of Virginia and can be found all over year-round. So today we're going to work with this brisket, but before we do, we're going to make our brown sugar sauce. All right, today we're going to start with half a cup of packed brown sugar. Empty it into a bowl. We will add 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Hate that word, Worcestershire. Say it 3 times fast. 1 tablespoon of mustard. 4 cloves of garlic minced. And then here we have 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of ground pepper if you want to use it, but I'm using peppercorns today. And then we have a little bit of salt and then 1 teaspoon of cumin. We're going to mix it all up to create a paste. And this paste can be used as a marinade, so if you want to put your brisket in it for about 24 hours or the night before, you can, or you can cook it fresh like we're going to do today. So once the paste is complete, you just want to put it to the side. And I have cut here 2 long pieces of aluminum foil. And we're going to use this to make a tent on a baking rack. You can use a cookie sheet, you can use a regular roaster pan. And we want to lay it out in a T-crossed shape. We'll then lay our brisket onto it, and we're going to cut with the grain of the meat. So as you'll see, It goes like this, and so we're just going to cut a few slices. And this is just so that the marinade can soak into the meat while it's cooking. Then come over and grab your paste. Depending on the time of year, you can add many things to this, like lemon slices, orange peels. In my family, a lot of times we add pineapples if we can find some fresh pineapples. That just adds a little bit of kick to the brown sugar taste, and it offsets the peppercorns and the chili powder. So you have a sweet and tangy. So we're going to take our two sides, and we don't want it to be too close to the meat. You should be able to put your arm through it. And you're going to fold it down almost like you're making a paper airplane, and still leave a pocket. And then you will take your back side and you want to add it almost like you're building a little fort tent. Fold your sides up, do the same thing. This will allow enough air to circulate through as it cooks, and you're going to poke 2 holes on each side for air ventilation. So you can use that same knife. We'll pop this in the oven at 325 degrees. You want to cook it for 1 hour per every pound. So this is a 4-pound brisket, so we will cook this for about 4 hours. All right, time has elapsed. It smells so good. When my dad used to make brisket, he would take it out, he would mince it, serve it with some barbecue sauce on top of sandwiches. So there's many things that you can do. See how hot, a little hot. All right. We're gonna move this over to the cutting board. I'm cutting about 1/4-inch slices, and this can be served as an entree by itself. Like I said, you can mince it up, make barbecue sandwiches out of it, whatever you want to do. You can serve it as a regular brisket sandwich. It'll look great with some onions and a little bit of mayonnaise. It's really good. So there you have it, brown sugar marinated beef brisket. I'm Caressa Jackson for Heart of the Home. Come and get it.
Recipes from the Heart of the Home can be found on the Virginia Farm Bureau website at vafarmbureau.org.
We all want healthy rivers and streams, but we can't do that without help from Virginia's landowners. Resource Management Plans, or RMPs, are part of a voluntary program that helps farmers get credit for cleaning up our waters. And once you have an RMP, you are exempt from any new water quality requirements for 9 years. The Virginia Department of Conservation and Recreation has funds available to help you implement these plans. Contact the department today to learn more. Thank you.
This message sponsored by Virginia's agriculture community.
Been a while since you've taken a boating safety course? Visit www.huntfishva.com to learn about Virginia's new boating safety education requirement. Don't get left in the past.
The Founding Fathers had them in their gardens, and the White House buys directly from Virginia. Boxwoods are becoming more popular in the garden today, and one Virginia farm family has cornered the market.
Saunders Brothers Nursery in Nelson County covers close to 1,000 acres and maintains more than 400 greenhouses. It's a family business that specializes in boxwoods, fruit trees, and flowering plants, producing more than 1 million container plants a year. Several sons are now running various parts of the business. Paul Saunders says it all began with his first gardening experience.
When I was a little boy, I was about 13 years old, and afternoons after school, I was living out in the country here, and someone taught me, in fact, it was my high school teacher, taught me something about propagation, and all of a sudden we stuck some little boxwood cuttings in the ground. This is 1947. And the rascals lived. Some of them, about a third of them lived, and I was as excited as if I'd caught a big fish. But anyway, it lit me up, and that summer I started propagating more boxwood, and now we are selling a lot of, boxwood is one part of a farming operation.
Saunders raises peaches, apples, pears, boxwoods, and all kinds of flowering plants. But boxwoods are the elder Saunders' specialty. He has done a lot of research into boxwoods and is working to find cures for some boxwood diseases or blights. In fact, they are coordinators of the National Boxwood Trials, where the best of the best are tested around the eastern United States.
We propagate here all the boxwoods for either the field or the container locations. And obviously it's a significant part of our business. We ship all the way into Boston with the boxwoods, and we're continually testing new cultivars for boxwood blight resistance, for leaf miner susceptibility, and the goal is to someday release more our own signature plants that we feel are better than what the current industry is listing now. So that's our goal. And quality is the name of the game. We feel like if we got a quality product, the phone continues to ring.
Saunders Nursery is actively producing new varieties of plants. They make cuttings from the stems of young plants and splice in different types of buds, looking for the right mix of hardiness and beauty. The field workers are constantly busy pruning, digging, and planting.
In horticulture, variety is everything. If you got the wrong variety, you go flat out and have luck. Variety is everything. You get the right kind of apples, the right kind of peaches, the right variety of boxwood, you usually can do pretty good. We've been furnishing boxwood to the White House now for over 50 years, and have been to the White House grounds a number of times, working with them and their boxwood there, yes. And we have boxwood growing in some of the finest places in America.
Saunders says modern gardeners are rediscovering boxwoods, which were the backbone of many landscapes and formal gardens for centuries. They are evergreen, drought-tolerant, and deer-resistant.
We've been licensed in recent years to grow more and more product, more of the branded product. And we see more and more branded product in the garden centers now. So it's a plus for us because we control everything when we propagate or do everything in-house.
Today, Saunders Brothers ships boxwoods into New England and as far west as the Mississippi River. This family business is looking to the future and consider themselves leaders in this area of horticulture.
As I said, it takes three things to be successful. Absolute honesty. You've got to be able to get along with people, and you've got to have the desire to move and get it done.
By any measure, Saunders Brothers Nursery has definitely succeeded. The business is celebrating 100 years, and the nursery operation is a testament to that success and its vision for the future. From Nelson County, Virginia, this is Dave Miller.
That's going to do it for this edition of Real Virginia. We are so glad you could join us to celebrate the bounty Virginia has to offer. Whether it's in your home, your garden, or your landscape, we are proud to say that this is Real Virginia. So for everyone from the Virginia Farm Bureau, thanks for watching. Make it a good week.
Home will always be Virginia, between the Blue Ridge and Chesapeake Bay.